if I put my best foot forward, that'll be sexual harassment. So.
All right, tripod.
Because you have big toes.
Yeah, I do have big toes. I can pick up branches with my feet.
Lovely.
That's
What else can you pick
disturbing.
up with your feet?
Why do we even want to know that? I got a branch you can pick up with your feet.
That's called a twig, Tony.
Hey, Ryan, you could make some money on fans only with those toes you've got.
You
I'm
sure could.
Oh, God.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
That's
Do
what I've
like
been
a-
told on my page.
Yeah.
Right after it says cha-ching.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Right after it says subscription here.
You know, you could sell your socks to prisoners. Your worn socks.
That's fucked up,
they
dude.
would pay for that.
That's
What the
Probably
fuck are you
would.
talking about?
That's like
He's
that's
talking
real
about his
shit.
side gig.
I
Don't
wanna
worry about
know.
it.
You
I was
know,
gonna say I
women-
want to know what you're selling to which prisoners, Dave.
I'm
Where
just
are these
saying. I mean,
prisoners at?
women, have made a crap ton of money selling worn panties and stuff. With Ryan,
That's
he
because
could-
men
he
are
could-
disgusting.
Well, women are too. They'll buy the socks, and men will buy his socks.
Men-
too.
the women are the
Don't-
ones
don't
sending 'em.
judge. Don't judge.
Jesus, man.
There's a market for
It's a
everything.
quick way to make a buck.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Several.
There you go.
bucks.
Don't wash your underwear. Just buy new ones.
Just, you know, I mean, you just need some motorcycle parts.
The
just
bigger
gotta
the
start-
snail trail, the bigger the money.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast.
Presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
Well, let's go back and give some people some history if they don't know it already. So, I think it was it's probably a little bit further back than a couple of years ago. I'm going to say probably close to 10 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer. The federal government filed a suit against Harley. Harley lost, and this was involving their tuning systems and all of basically most of their Screaming Eagle line of parts, which were essentially billed as just straight race parts that Harley would put on your bike. And so while they were selling a stock motorcycle off the line, you could go to your local dealer and you could put in all of these race parts on your bike. The EPA and the federal government cracked down on Harley. Harley did not, even though it was their individual dealers that were, responsible for this. Harley didn't make any of the individual dealers pay back this money. The corporation essentially paid the fine, which was, I believe, right around $50 million. And once that happened, Harley went in and all of essentially their whole line of Screaming Eagle engine parts specifically changed after that. Their tuners, their exhaust systems, their carburetors and or air cleaners, all of that stuff changed after that and became less race-inspired parts and fit into emission standards brought about by the federal government. Now, that did not, as Dave said earlier, that did not push into the aftermarket. So Vance and Hines and S&S and places like that weren't necessarily affected by that as much at that time.
Did not push into the Harley-Davidson aftermarket.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
And so now I would argue that it maybe have affected a company like S&S unless they were just more forward thinking in terms of, if you look at what they've put out for the last few years, S&S has billed most of their parts to be, 50 state or EPA compliant. They're saying that when they announce these new parts now, that they are all of these things already. So they're a bit ahead of the curve and maybe saw the writing on the wall or saw what happened to Harley and decided they were going to change what they were doing.
I think it's a logical progression, right? I mean, the EPA is not going away. At some point in the future, we're going to need to be compliant.
Well, I mean,
Right.
it's easy if you want to stay compliant. I mean, the
Yeah.
Screaming Eagle tuner now is compliant, and you can do a stage 4 with it, and your bike's still going to be compliant.
Yeah, the question is, are you going to be able to buy a tuner much longer that you can use to tune your bike that will not be in compliant? Because the rumors going around is that they're all going to be
Probably
locked down.
not.
And you're
Probably
not going to be able to buy the tuner, and you're not going to be able to buy a license for an existing tuner.
Yeah, probably not. I think probably moving forward, they'll probably all be or EPA compliant. And, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I
as
don't
long as
either.
I can mod my bike. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's compliant or not to me, as long as I can do the mods I want. If I can keep it in compliance, I'm fine with it,
Yeah, I'm with you.
It'll
I've
be
got
interesting.
access to a dyno room that's 6 feet behind where I take pictures every day. So
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm
I mean,
okay.
who's going to stop that? You know what I mean? Because if it goes into a dyno room,
Right.
it doesn't matter if that thing's carb compliant or not. The technician can do whatever he wants to that thing.
yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, it's interesting because California has been in this situation for a lot longer than we know of, and now
A Taco Bell fart is illegal in California.
it's true. It's true. And they've chased a lot of businesses out of California that are doing cool things with motorcycles because they can't do all of the things they want to do. That's why you're seeing some of these companies that are building portions of their motorcycles elsewhere because the shops in California, if you build or if you install a certain kind of non-compliant exhaust system or cam chest or something like that, and it's not compliant in California, I believe it's $15,000 fine per incident that they catch you doing it.
Well, and I
And-
think that's the next phase coming from the federal policy as well, right?
This is what really bothers me more than any of these things, is that the motorcycle riders are a small voting block, right? And the EPA and whoever can do whatever they want because the voting block who don't ride motorcycles don't give a shit. And so they're just going to vote for whatever. And all of these rules and regulations are just going to continue to get passed because we don't have a large enough voting block to make a difference.
Well, we're also probably burning the ozone up faster than anybody else, too. With the fucking pipes on these things.
I
understand
disagree.
The EPA
Yeah.
policies aren't targeted at motorcycles; they're targeted at vehicles,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Fossil fuel engines. They're not targeted at specifically. They're not going after the people that ride bikes.
Yeah,
Going after everybody.
I think the greater issue that's going to come to the forefront more than anything is that if we think supply chain issues are going to be a problem right now, wait until they really start pushing the crackdown on our over-the-road truckers that get all of our goods and services to all the places in the United States. And when we're going to be back to the JCPenney days when you ordered a pair of jeans out of the catalog and you got it 14 weeks later and it don't even fit you anymore because you've gained 18 pounds.
What does that have to do with tuning your?
But you're talking about you're talking about EPA compliance and
Right.
and if you're saying it's hitting fossil fuel vehicles, it's going to hit the over the road truckers.
Oh,
those
well,
those
it already-
trucks.
it already
those
has.
trucks put out way more
It already
more
has.
pollution than motorcycles do.
Yeah, but it already has. I mean, they already have to be within compliance.
Well, most everything that rolls off the showroom floor is
Comes
in
out,
compliance.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not until you start fucking with it. I got an idea. Let's go home and take the cats off of it. You know what I mean? And aim the exhaust right at the guy's face that's riding behind me.
Which I also understand. You're not going to be able to buy the exhaust without cats. A lot of the manufacturers have already switched over. shipping
Well,
with
S&S has
cats,
been
so-
doing those high flow cats in theirs
Yeah.
for a minute now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, they make a fucking good exhaust. They really do. They're not as loud as a lot of them, but
I'm here to tell you, I still have the cats in my bike and it's loud as fuck.
dude,
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah, it
Christ.
is.
So I mean, you can
You're
get
in the
around
back.
it.
You're
You
in the
can get
back.
around it.
When you come
Yeah.
in this summer, you're in the back.
Yeah, you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could get a ticket for noise pollution probably long before my bike is not
Yeah, there's
EPA
no-
compliant.
There is no argument with that.
Don't worry,
You know-
we're riding rural when you come out here.
So that's not even. I still think there's going to be ways around it, because if you don't take the head pipes off your touring bike, you're still going to be compliant because the catalytic converter's in the head pipes. So
Well,
Yeah, but on the soft
there's
hills,
all-
they're in the mufflers.
Yeah, I mean, there absolutely
Yeah.
are going to be ways around it. But what it comes down to is enforcement, right?
sure.
You can do whatever you want as long as they're not inspecting your bike for emissions
not-
every year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nothing. But if they start inspecting your bike for emissions, then that's an
Right.
issue. But from what I don't know. I guess what I'm thinking is that the next level of this is they're actually going to go after the shops that do the tuning.
Right. Now, let me say this, because Dave, you probably know, and you guys may or may not, but Dave, have you noticed? I know for me, my bike likes it when it's 50 degrees or cooler.
They all like it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like my bike runs the best when it's right around 50 degrees. And I feel like if I'm riding when it's 50, my bike's like indestructible. That's
It's like
kind
a
of how I
free
feel.
turbo.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
for
like
sure.
50 degrees is like a
Oh.
free turbo.
Yeah, that fucking thing is just like on fire when it's
Yeah.
that temperature. And then when it's like 98 degrees, that bike is like burning my balls off.
Yeah,
Well, air cooled, man.
they're cool.
Air cooled. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
the
mean, even
trade-off.
a liquid cooled bike in the 50s will run better.
Yeah.
That's a fucking magical number right there, man. When
Yeah,
you're on
it-
that bike.
It
No,
really
I mean,
is.
the like upper 60s, right around there is like my favorite time to ride. The mid to upper 60s. I love the hell out of that weather.
Yeah, I like 70, 75, really.
Yeah.
Fuck
You know,
60s.
if I was going to choose a temperature, and it depends on how you go, but like for me, I like t-shirt weather. So if it's like 80, that's when I like t-shirt weather for riding. But if I'm going to ride all day long, obviously, I don't know if I want it to be fucking 85 degrees, because that just, when you're out there in the middle of nowhere and the sun's just beating on you, 85 degrees is
Yeah,
fucking,
well, you
that's
ride,
a
but
lot.
you ride t-shirt. But those of us that ride with jackets and armor, don't
Is
have
75 not
don't have
t-shirt
that.
weather?
I'll
Not
wear
for
the
me.
fuck out of a
My
t-shirt.
nipples get too hard when it's 75 degrees.
I'm still going to try to graduate to shorts one day. I'm just not there yet. I mean, fuck.
You put your regular pipes back on though, right? So you might be able to wear shorts.
Yeah, I would like to graduate to shorts, but I don't think I can pull that off.
And
That'd
flip
be-
flops,
that might be a little bit too much
Yeah,
of a
you can wear
chode
flip
move.
flops too.
shorts and flip flops.
Yeah.
Jesus
and a
shoes.
muscle
That's what
shirt.
you need.
Yeah.
Tony, you're gonna wear a helmet and shorts, huh?
Yep. My head's safe. I've bought I got a whole closet full of jackets, man, and I can't fucking wear them.
You can, you just won't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I got a leather jacket down there that weighs as much as a dead body. And I mean, nobody wants to fucking wear
It came
that
off a
thing.
dead body.
So
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to wear that. It weighs fucking 30 pounds. You know
So-
what I mean?
Dave, you wear a jacket even if it's 90, don't you?
Yeah.
How do you do that? It's
I
fucking
don't.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I have a vest that I wear, a letter vest.
Well, if
so
I-
in the
so-
summer I wear that instead.
So
but
let me caveat that. If I'm local, right, and it's like 95 degrees or whatever, you guys have seen me. I'll wear a vest with long sleeves.
Oh, sure.
But if I'm traveling or I'm going any distance, yeah, I wear a jacket and armor.
I got that Climb Air Force induction jacket down in the garage or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No. I don't care how much mesh is in it. No.
Well, the
Fucking
truth
thing
is you gotta
sticks
keep
to
moving.
ya.
You got to
I'll
keep
tell
moving,
you.
dude.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what does really make a big difference. I wore so last year I bought some of those UV protectant sleeves, and I wore
Yeah.
them like I would wear a T-shirt, and I wear those UV sleeves, and you'd be surprised at how cool those things actually keep you, because they're pulling the moisture off your body, and then when the wind hits you when you're riding, it feels like you're riding with an air conditioner on. That shit is for real, man. It works well. It keeps you cool. I was surprised.
Motherfuckers
That'd
look
be
like
nice
you're going
for
to
long
flash dance
trips.
with those things on.
like if I'm just going out for a day of riding, I like having my arms in the sun, so I just wear my vest.
Your pasty
for,
ass
like,
has your
long.
arms in the
I
sun.
was just about to
Yeah.
say.
What the
I
fuck?
was gonna say, somebody knocked all the pigment out of your skin.
Well, her arms end up looking as red as her hair.
Right? I mean, I was white until I met Brittany. And then I was like,
Okay, just because I look so pale on the video.
She's got
no, I
Ryan-
don't think it's a
Ryan
video.
Ryan looks like a
person.
nice caramel color next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Brittany, your
Exactly.
skin's got two pigments, white and pink.
Exactly.
You're wrong because I have olive skin tone.
It's not. Hey, if you,
Olive in
listen,
what
It's
light?
fucking
Yeah,
albino
no,
olives.
this is-
Not even.
if you wore some of those shorts that are not shorts that are the nude color, you'd still look white as hell. It looked like your
Really?
ass was tan and the rest of you was white.
A reverse tan line.
Exactly.
Oh.